Welcome to yoga. Thanks for coming. Today we're going to work our goal pose, so to speak, are some standing open hip postures. So to work toward that, we're going to, work up by opening our shoulders, opening our hips. And so let's get started. You may center in seated or supine, whatever feels right for you today. So just take a moment. Oh, you won't need any particular props, so except ones that you like to have on hand, but none will be required. So find your centering place, and centering is just how we come to practice and prepare, switching from the thinking mind to the feeling mind, staying in touch with our bodies. And that's actually a meditation. A way to meditate is to keep coming back to the present moment. So during our asana practice, we continually come back to the breath as an anchor, and also the sensations of our body without judgment, with compassion. So it's just practice in being and staying with the present moment and with whatever arises, which is what a seated meditation is. It's a practice in that. So while we're doing our practice today, it's also a meditation of sorts. Keep coming back. If your thoughts, if you find that you're following your thoughts, you're following a storyline about something, just come back to what you're actually feeling in that moment. Come back to your breath, just gently. Okay, so close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and just take a minute or so to scan your body, just part by part, methodically, not skipping any place. Just noticing what's there, releasing any tension you might feel consciously. Just relax as you go. Seeing where your body is at the start of practice. Connecting. Accepting, allowing. Listening. And now bring your awareness to your breath, just the breath that as your body is breathing, but just notice the quality of that breath. Just notice whether it seems deep or shallow, where you're feeling it the most. Notice the relationship of the inhale and exhale. The length, even or uneven. There's no right or wrong, just notice your breathing as it is. Fast, slow. And now we'll begin a pranayama, so we're going to now take control of our breath, and it's going to be a simple don't start yet, but we're going to count to 4 as you fully inhale, not forcing, it, but just a nice deep inhale. Count to your count of 4, and then pause, no movement, for a count of 4, and then exhale to a count of 8. So you can, your count of 4 is your count of, the way your tempo or whatever is up to you. But make it 4 on the inhale, 4, pause, with no, just hold the breath in, and then exhale to 8, and then begin your inhale. So if you'd like to use Ujjayi breath, that's the narrowing of your glottis, that can help to measure, keep the breath measured. But if that doesn't appeal to you, then don't do it. So begin when you're ready. Inhale to a count of 4. Pause for 4. Exhale, 8. Now let it be not stressful, not forced. So choose a tempo that feels right and good. And the next time you come to your 8 count finish your 8 count exhale, just let go of the pranayama and take a few rounds of slow, deep, even breath. You don't have to count, just have the intention to breathe slow, deep, and even. And then take a few moments to create an intention for your practice, something you'd like to take away from your practice today, or state of mind, state of body, whatever. Repeat that a few times in your mind and know that it's there to come back to. And we'll begin practice on our backs. So if you're not already there, come on over onto your back. Legs are long, arms down by your side. Flex your ankles, spread your toes, spread your fingers. And when you come to an inhale, begin to lift your arms up and back and overhead. Lengthen out through your feet and out through your fingers, full body stretch. Exhale, arms back down by your side. So move with your breath. As the inhale comes, begin to bring your arms up overhead. And now as your exhale comes, draw your left knee into your chest. Press it in. Move slowly with your breath. As the inhale comes, lengthen out both directions. Exhale, right knee into your chest. Couple more times, just like that. Inhale, full body stretch. Keep your fingers spread, your toes spread. Exhale, alternate knees into your chest. So just waking things up here. Flexing and extending hips, shoulders. One more round. Now the next time you come to an inhale and your body is stretched out, pause there. Walk your left leg, or slide your left leg a little bit out to the left, and then bring the right foot to meet the left, and keep going. So walk out until you've reached your edge there. You want to keep your hips on the floor. If you want a little more of a stretch, you can take your right ankle over the left ankle, if that feels good. If it doesn't, don't do it. Then take a hold of your right wrist with your left hand and slide your arms over to the left. So you're coming into a crescent shape, a banana shape, giving a stretch to the right side of the body. Just take a few breaths here. Inhale, send the breath all the way from the fingers to the feet, left side. Try to keep your shoulders on the mat, your hips on the mat. So the poses we're doing today will also require some lateral opening. So that's why we're warming up like this. Now come out of the pose by bringing your arms back to center, your head, your face facing up, and then walk your feet back to center. Take a full body stretch in neutral. And then begin to walk your right leg out. Bring the left to meet it and keep going till you've found your stretch there. Then take hold of the left wrist with your right hand and bring your arms over to the right. Continue to gently press out through your left foot and gently draw your right arm over to the right. Nice stretch up the left side. Should feel good, not too much, but something. Nice deep inhale, send that right up the left side. Exhale, sink into the stretch. One more breath. And then let the arms come back to center, your head come back, and then the legs. One more stretch, full body. And then draw both knees into your chest. Hug them in, hands on the shins, the knees, the thighs. Just rock on your sacrum a little bit. And then bring both feet to the mat. So knees are bent, feet on the mat. And you have an option here to keep, we're gonna lengthen out the left leg. Flex the foot and bring the left arm up back behind. Now you can keep your right leg bent or it can be straight, but we're focusing on the left side here. So take an inhale, lengthen out through your left foot, your left arm. Fingers are spread, toes are spread. As you exhale, firm up your belly first. So strong core, press your navel toward the mat, and then begin to lift your arm and leg, come up toward each other, fingers toward toes, they don't have to touch. And then inhale, slowly lower. So your core is going to be engaged throughout here. Exhale, fingers toward toes. Inhale, slowly lowering, keeping your low back on the mat. Your right leg can be bent or straight. So we're just waking up the core a little bit here. One more. And next time your arms up and your legs down, bend the left leg to meet the right. If it's both knees bent, feet on the mat, and left hand down to the mat. And we'll do that on the other side. So start by lengthening your right leg, right arm overhead. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Take an inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, make sure your belly's engaged, make sure that transverse abdominis and then the rectus abdominis, the six-pack ab thing muscle is working here to raise the leg up. Lengthen out as you raise and lower. Okay, one more on the right. And then bend the left knee to meet the right. So both knees are bent. Take your arms out, shoulder height, palms face up. Bring your legs together, so as if your legs are just glued together, and let the knees come over toward the right. So your left foot will come off the mat, your left hip comes off the mat. Your legs don't have to go all the way to the mat floor, just let them come where they come. Spread your fingers. Inhale, just here. Exhale, bring your left arm up and across your body and over so the left palm is on top of the right palm. Inhale, slide the left fingers out a little beyond the right fingers and open your shoulder. Take your hand back over to the mat on the left. Exhale, repeat. Left arm comes up, palms meet, slide the left arm out a little bit, and then bring it back across the body. Inhale, opens. Exhale, closes like a book. Just move slowly. Just opening the left shoulder, the chest. One more time. And keep your arms shoulder height. Bring your knees back to center. Push into your feet and just lightly tap the back of your pelvis on the mat. Get re-centered, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So zip your legs together. Move your knees over toward the left. Left foot comes off the mat. I'm sorry, right foot, right hip comes off the mat. And then inhale, and as you exhale, bring your right arm over your body on top of the left palm. Slide your fingers out a little bit, and then inhale, open the right shoulder. Might not open as easily as the left. It might be easier. Just notice. Stay in the moment, in the movement. Stay with the breath. Move with the breath. So you'll see when we get to our goal poses, the standing open hip postures, how this arm movement warm up will help us get deeper into those poses. Okay, now bring your knees back to center. Draw both knees into your chest, squeeze, and then take your feet up toward the ceiling, happy baby, holding on somewhere on your lower leg or your foot, and just rock right and left, pressing up through one foot and then the other. And then bring both feet to the mat, and best way for you, either come to your side or rock up to all fours. And set up with your wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spread your fingers. Press a little more into the ball mounts of your fingers. Take some pressure off your wrist. Perfectly fine to have a blanket under your knees if your knees are sensitive. So press down into your hands, down into your tops of your feet, your shins, your knees. And on an inhale, let your pelvis tip forward, come into cow pose, tailbone lifts. Exhale, push into your hands, round your back, tuck your tailbone, cat pose. So just a few gentle rounds, don't force it. Move through inhale, exhale, matching with flexion, extension of the spine. Envision your spine just undulating, moving through extension in cow and flexion in cat. And then pause. On an inhale, take your left foot back, rest on the ball of your toes. So first just stretch out through the left leg. Inhale, raise the left leg about hip height, not too high. Keep your pelvis square, keep lengthening out through the left foot. Exhale, round your back, bring your knee toward your nose. Inhale, lengthen, foot is flexed. Exhale, knee out to the side toward your elbow. Inhale, lengthen, point your toe, cross it over the right leg and turn to look at the left toes. That's the 3-breath vinyasa. So we'll do that a couple more times on the left. So the first is inhale, left leg up, lengthen out, foot is flexed. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen, foot is flexed, reach out. Exhale, knee toward the elbow. Inhale, lengthen, point. Cross that leg over and turn to look. So that's the stretch up your side. One more time. Inhale, lengthen out, foot flexed. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen, point. Exhale, cross it over and turn to look. Very good. Then bring that leg back. Stand up on your knees a little bit. Move your wrists around. And then we'll do that sequence on the other side. So, inhale, lengthen out your right leg. Just take a moment to lengthen it out, stretch out through the heel with your toes on the mat. Then inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, knee to nose, toward nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow and knee toward elbow. Inhale, lengthen, point. Cross over the left foot and turn to look at that foot. 2 more times. Lengthen, knee to nose. Move slowly. Knee to elbow. And the 3rd time you point, cross over, and look. 1 more time on your own. Stay with your breath. Stay with the movement. Stay in the moment. And then when you finish that round, come on back into child's pose. Support your head any way you want. Arms can be out in front or down by your side. You can have a wide leg child's pose, any version. Just sink in. Make sure your belly's in and up. Breathe into the back body, the back heart. Now bring your hands back by your hips, palms face down. And on an inhale, bring your arms and upper body up on so you come onto your knees and reach your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, turn the palms out and come back down into child's pose. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, kind of swan dive back down. Couple more times. And then come back to all fours. Tuck your toes. Maybe walk your hands a little ahead of your shoulders. Tuck your toes, keeping your knees bent. Begin to come on up into downward facing dog. So deep, keep your knees deeply bent. Lengthen your spine first, pushing into your hands, pushing away. And then you can gradually bring your knees more straight, but don't lock them. Pedal your feet. Shake your head, yes, no. Make sure your upper spine is loose and hanging. Take a few breaths in downward facing dog. Lengthening up through your tailbone, round your shoulders. Bring your shoulder blades kind of like a dome on your upper back to keep from sagging in your upper spine. Little gentle tuck in your tailbone. And then bend your knees and walk your feet up to your hands. Come into a standing forward bend, Uttanasan. So knees can be deeply bent, chest resting on your thighs. Head can shake yes and no. Belly's in and up. And you can gradually straighten your legs a little bit if that feels good to you or not. Take a hold of opposite elbows or put your arms behind your legs or just resting on the mat. Any arms you like. Just hang here for a few breaths. And bring your hands to your shins, come up halfway, Ardha Uttanasan, lengthen out through the crown of your head, through your spine backwards, forward fold again. And then either walk your hands up your legs or press into your feet, bring your arms out, come all the way up. Arms up overhead, palms touch, right down the midline. And we'll build a mountain pose. So, feet are pointing kind of parallel, the second toes pointing straight ahead. Lift and spread your toes, press down evenly through the four corners of your feet. When you press down, you feel the kneecaps lift, slight energizing of the quadricep muscles. Slightly tilt your tailbone. Lengthen up through the side waist. Shoulders can come up to the ears and roll back and down. Externally rotate your shoulders, your arms, so your palms face a little forward. Spread your fingers, shoulders down from the ears. Take your chin back just a tad and lift through the crown of your head. Relax your face, your jaw, your neck. Close your eyes if you have the balance. And then let go of any excess energy. So you want to hold the alignment, but no over efforting. Like a mountain, stable and easy. Take just a few more breaths in mountain pose. Slow, deep, even breath. Reconnect. Come right back into the moment. Breath by breath. And now open your eyes on your next inhale, keeping your fingers spread. Bring your arms up overhead. Gaze can go up to meet the hands. Exhale, turn the palms out. Keep active in the arms. And come back to center. A few more sun breaths. Inhale. Reach up, scoop up. Exhale, press down. So the arms are active. They're not just flopping. The way you do that is by spreading your fingers. It's called Hasta Bandha. And the next time your arms go up, pause with them up. Take a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Press down especially into your left foot. Lengthen up, and then on an exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. I'll do it a few times in movement, and then we'll hold. So just like we did in banana, just opening the left side and the right side, the side body. We also did it in all fours with that 3-breath vinyasa when we turn to look at our opposite leg. This time, next time you side bend to the right, pause and hold the pose. So you have a slight activation of your core here. So belly in and up gently. Press down into the left foot and out through the right hand. Ear over shoulder. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, maybe come a little bit further over. And then inhale, come back to center. Reach up. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand, side bend to the left, and take a few breaths here. See if you can get a little deeper into the pose by inhaling into the stretch, pressing down into your right foot out through your right fingers, and then exhaling, soften. Inhale back to center and let your hands come down. And we're going to bring some movement before we do a balance pose. So a few half suns. Now, there's a lot of ways you can do half suns. I'm going to lead with a chair pose, but if you want to do a half lift, any kind of half sun that you want. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees a little or a lot. Inhale, arms up, hips back, chair. Exhale all the way up and around. That's one version. You can make your own version. A couple more times, however you want to do it. And then pause in mountain pose just for a couple breaths. Kind of recenter. Just feel the energy moving around from what we've done. And we're going to do a balance pose, which you all know, tree, because it has an open hip, which we're going to be doing in our goal poses. So, start by balancing on your 2 feet. Find your gaze point, something you're looking at that's not moving. Soft gaze, so don't stare at it, just a soft gaze, kind of blurry, impressionistic. And then let the weight come into your left foot, come onto your right toes. Externally rotate the right leg, and then you can stay there on your toes. That's balancing. I like to bring my foot to the lower leg. You can bring it to the upper leg, but not on the knee. So find that, and when you feel stable there, you can bring your arms into it if you want to. If you come out, just Take a breath and move back in mindfully. It's all a practice, and your balance will improve with practice. Some days you just can balance better than others. And come out with as much control as you went in or as you can. Shake everything out. And we'll try tree pose on the other side. So let the weight come into your right foot, up on your left toes. Pause there just to get that balance. I didn't cue this on the first one, but you want to engage the core. So zip it up here. Externally rotate your left leg. You might do it differently on this side. Just take a few more seconds to work on this side. And then come out of that, shake everything out. You can do so what, who cares, or just walk through your feet, anything. Take the tension out. Then turn to face the long edge of your mat. Step your feet wide apart, feet are parallel. Inhale, take both arms up, shoulder height, so star pose, or sometimes it's Uttanasan, also triangle. Just press down into both feet, lengthen out through both arms, fingers are spread, toes are spread, lengthen up through the crown of your head. 5 lines of energy, all coming right from your core. And then bring your hands, your little fingers, palms up to the hip crease here. And inhale, lengthen up and bend forward right from the hip crease, keeping your back long, neutral spine. You can have a block here in front to bring your hands down, or you can bring your hands to the floor, but keep your back straight here. You can maybe walk your feet a little bit wider apart and half forward, a wide leg forward bend. So get as much flexion in your hips as you can, and then it's okay to round your back and let your head come down toward the mat. You can keep your hand on the block or not. And just hang here, wide leg forward bend. Belly in and up. Head just hangs. Just like in down dog and Uttanasan, regular forward bend. Walk your hands over toward the right foot. Getting a little bit of a stretch there. Hang on, if you can grab onto the ankle or the foot and stretch through the left side. And then walk your hands over to the left foot, toward the left foot. Stretch out the side and the back of the leg. Come back to center. Maybe walk your feet heel toe a little bit in. Closer together. Come up halfway, lengthen out, and bring your hands to your waist. Press into your feet and come up with a strong flat back. Keep your legs wide apart. We're going to go into our goal poses, which are going to be the Warrior 2 foundation. So take your right heel, pivot the right heel back toward the corner of your mat, and then pivot the left toes out toward the short edge of your mat. Keep your legs straight. Square your shoulders to the long edge of the mat. Inhale, bring your arms shoulder height. Exhale here. Inhale, reach your left arm out and rotate down so the hand comes to a block or to someplace on your leg. Right arm goes up tall, so you're aiming to have your shoulders stacked, your hips the pressing into both feet. Triangle pose. So just see how this feels. We're going to start by holding for 2 breaths for each pose, and then we're going to move into 3. So inhale, come up, bend the left knee right over the left ankle. Take your gaze over the left fingertips, Warrior 2. Take a breath here. Inhale, exhale. And on your next inhale, flip your left palm up, bring your right hand to your right thigh, and reverse your warrior. You'll see here why we were working on stretching out our sides. 1 breath here. And then inhale back to center. Straighten out your left leg, so both legs are straight. So the 3 poses are going to be triangle, Warrior 2, and then reverse warrior. And this time we're going to hold each one for 3 breaths. We'll move into it on 1 breath and then hold it and statically for 2 breaths. So starting with triangle. Inhale here, lengthen out. Bring your hand up, 1 hand to the leg, 1 arm up. Now stay here for 2 breaths. Inhale, make sure you're lengthening out through the crown of your head. Exhale, you might be able to go down a little deeper. Stay present. Then inhale, back up, bend your left knee, Warrior 2. Take your gaze over middle finger of your left hand, spine coming right up. Now 3 breaths. Face is relaxed, stable but easy. And then inhale, flip your palm up, bring your right arm down, stretch out through the left side, 3 breaths. Your gaze here can be straight ahead, down, or up to your upper arm. Whatever feels good. And then inhale back up. Turn your feet straight. And we're going to do that same sequence on the other side. You might want to step your feet together just for a second and just wiggle it out. Okay, so feet are wide apart. This time, left heel pivots back toward the back corner. Right toes come toward the short edge. Square your shoulders. Now, we've done this before, so it'll probably be a little easier. Inhale, both arms up. And then inhale, reach out with the right arm, cartwheel over, find a place for your right hand on your right leg or the block. left arm up. Gaze can be up, straight, or down. And take one breath here. Nice, slow, deep, even breath. Then inhale up, bend your right knee. Take your gaze over your right middle finger, warrior two. Take one more breath here. Slow, deep, even inhale, exhale. Really focus on the breath. Then flip your palm up, inhale, left arm and left thigh. Reach over. When you're there, take one slow, deep, even breath. And then inhale, come back to straight leg, arms out. Then we're going to hold one breath to move into each pose, 2 breaths in the pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arm over. Now 3 breaths. Inhale up, bend the right knee, warrior two, 3 breaths. This pose has one gaze, which is over the right middle finger. Then take a breath to move into reverse warrior. And then 3 breaths. Really stay with your breath. And then inhale, come back up. Bring your feet together and come to face the short edge of your mat. I'm going to keep this way so you can see me. We're going to do some earth salutations. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Step your feet back into down dog. And then let your knees come to the mat, so you're coming to all fours. Inhale into cow, belly sinks, chest through the arms. Exhale, round your back, move your hips back into child's pose. Move slowly, mindfully. Inhale, scoop up, cow. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're just going to do a couple more rounds of earth salutations. So inhale, comes knees down, belly drops, cow. Exhale, round your back, cat into child's pose. Inhale, scoop up, cow. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. So let this be a moving meditation. Move with your breath. Stay with each movement and sensation in your body. Slow, gentle movements. Flowing right into each other. I've been doing this every night before I go to bed, and it's really nice. Okay, then come back to your, next time you come from down dog onto your knees, we're going to move on to our back. So take your legs out to the side, come onto your seat, and then around onto your back. And we're just going to do a quick little twist. So any supine twist that let's do windshield wipes. So bring your feet to the outer edges of the mat, arms out to shoulder height, palms up, belly in as you exhale, and bring your knees over to the right. It's just let them go where they go. Then inhale. Keep a little activation in your core as you inhale up, but then deepen it as you exhale. So just move back and forth a few times in windshield wipe. Wide leg windshield wipe. If you don't like wide leg, do it the way you do like it. And the next time your knees come to the right, pause. And just hold the twist. You can take your gaze over your left shoulder, straight up, or over your right shoulder. Don't be afraid to try something new. And then inhale your knees up, pull your belly in, knees to the left. Take a few breaths on this side. And then bring your knees back to center and set up for Shavasana. So any final relaxation pose that works for you today. Feel how your body is supported, symmetrical, no effort, surrender. Just surrender to every moment. Being aware of how you're supported and safe. Nothing you have to do except be fully present and open to everything that's going on. And gently bring your awareness back to the space. And awaken your body gently with small movements. Anything that feels good, maybe a stretch. And bringing one knee into your chest at a time, come over onto your side. Just taking a few moments to notice where you are at the end of practice. Remember your intention. Reconnect with your breath. Stay in the present moment just for a little bit longer. Use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. And keep your eyes closed. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Nice tall spine. Hands rest comfortably on your legs. Take a couple slow, deep, even breaths. Feeling the breath move in your body. Staying with the breath from beginning to end, and then rolling right into the next one. And I invite you to bring your hands, palms together at your heart space. Thank yourself for this time you've taken just for yourself, for your mind, your body, your spirit. And I thank you for letting me guide you in practice today. And the light in me honors the same light that is in each of you. Namaste. Thanks a lot for coming, and I hope to see you here next week. Have a great day. Bye.